pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Don't spin out. Roll call?
Lois Tiley,
Here.
Diana Coots,
Here.
Christine Newman,
Here.
Richard Horner,
Here.
Jim McPhail,
Here.
Diane Dennis,
Here.
Sarah Tiley.
Here.
You're all present. New business, village manager contract negotiations. Village manager.
Give him the world and he'll be a happy man and we'll be, can I go home?
Except everybody else gonna be mad at us.
Did you read over the proposed contract?
He just got it, I'm
You
sorry.
just got it.
We didn't-
got it.
We
Oh,
didn't know
wow.
he
We'll
had.
give you 3 minutes. No.
We gave him the personnel policy and all that stuff and we forgot to give him that.
It's kind of important.
Yes, it is. But it's pretty simple.
See, the village manager has a lot of responsibility here.
I can see that. If it has a blue X over it, does that mean that's?
That's a question I was gonna add some stuff to.
Okay.
Will you give
Or
me your
suggest.
copy?
Yeah, I just gave him my copy.
You wanna discuss it, or do you have any questions? Or you wanna
This-
refer to the personnel policy and call it good? Should be good.
Where it's X,
Pardon?
where it's X or the contract?
And, from here to here, call it good.
I can't remember what that X is.
What do
You
you
can have
have?
your copy, he can have mine.
So I can go make copies real quick. Take you 2 seconds.
Take yours.
Here, you can have this one.
Now you got all the cats out of the bag.
Yeah.
I think, let's just kind of walk through it,
Okay.
paragraph by paragraph or whatever, item by item, and
Sounds good.
Maybe we should say before we begin here that it is very generic and it's based on a bad experience, okay? From my point of view, that I'm looking at a year kind of probationary period and then subject to a satisfactory evaluation.
You gotta turn yourself down.
What?
You're hollow sounding.
A hollow sounding, which way do I go to go
This
down?
towards me.
Okay. But then we'll kind of revisit it at that point. Anyway, that's my point of view, and I think that probably others will feel that way too.
I think really the base contract is the base contract.
Right,
What you're talking about is the wages, basically.
yes, we are.
And I was gonna suggest that you adopt it and do an evaluation on April 1st and reevaluate the wage at that point that you come up with tonight.
At
And
April,
then
on
that-
April 1st, when is it?
That's your yearly,
April 1st. Our New Year starts.
That's the fiscal.
Okay, and so we.
well, so it's ready for April 1st, so you'd wanna do it in March.
We want to do it, yeah, I was gonna say earlier than that.
And then you could adjust the wage at that point again, if up, down, sideways, whatever the group of you can figure out. But
Okay, so I was, yeah, that was one of
I
the
think
questions I
that's-
had when we were gonna set that evaluation. What does everybody think about that?
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea.
You don't have a problem with that, do you? Evaluation in
Okay,
April?
and really do it.
And in fact, I think he would appreciate knowing if he was happy
Yes.
with what he's doing or wasn't, or what you wanted to
Or if
add
we
to
have
it. Or,
suggestions or
Absolutely.
anything.
I mean, I always felt the evaluations helped me become a better
Mhm.
manager. If people were honest with me and told me
Right,
what they didn't like and what they did like, and that makes it all good.
it should, let's put it that way, it should,
Yeah,
If
as
it's
long as
done,
you know, if you're reasonable people,
right.
and I think most of you are. a couple.
Well,
might need a
everybody has to
question.
be involved, though. Not only the council, but also the manager.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would read then employers shall evaluate employees' job performance in March. So we put March 2020 or 2020,
That's what I would say, March 2020 meeting.
yeah.
What do you, where are you at?
3D.
On that, there, on
3D.
3D.
Oh,
You're skipping all the rest?
No,
Well, that one just,
Okay,
You're saying
Came up right
April
now.
2020. So that
So
way they
three
couldn't
of-
do the
3 of
salary
20.
possibly there.
You know, we usually end up having 2 meetings that month anyway.
you're right.
that's a busy time.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you find out, Hart, if you needed to give a 2-week notice or what a start date was?
Available
Or
Monday, 8 AM.
so if you go back up to 1, we kinda skipped over that, but we could make this effective.
Mm,
9:30.
September 30th.
We have to have the date and the names in on the very beginning section too,
Mhm.
right? So we're gonna date it as of today.
I think we can. The background checks, both criminal and financial, came back okay?
Okay.
And the personnel checks came back okay?
25. Wait, this 25 of
20.
September.
25th of September, that's today.
No, you're fine.
How much of your name do you use, Mr. Howie? The whole, all 3,
Oh,
or just Hartman Howie?
just Hartman. Yeah, Hartman Howie. 2 N's,
2 N's?
2 N's.
Oh, it's just like mine. Well, not Hardman, but 2 N's.
I didn't think your name was.
I know, I wondered where, I'm like.
No, 2 N's. It's hard because you have to tell everybody it's 2 N's.
And what kind of date are you gonna, or what kind of place are you gonna put in there? His address in, before Michigan, Owasso then?
Yep.
Is it Owasso? And do you put his zip code at the end, or what else goes in there after
Yes,
Michigan?
yep.
What is your zip code?
48867.
You do really need to give him a chance to read this.
The duties. Did you go over the duties on the last page?
I don't think he's about that far yet.
Yeah, you might wanna read that before you decide
Yeah.
on what kind of salary you want to put in there. They wanted to add 3 pages, I kept them off.
Oh, down
Did you
there.
cut off his duties?
No,
Oh, yeah.
it's front and back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's smaller print too. Can't get that all on one page, huh?
Well, kicker is the last line.
Hmm?
Our kicker is the last line.
Yeah, it is.
once you read that about 3 or 4 times, I get about down here and fall asleep, I can't
Really?
start over.
I don't have to read it, I've done it, so.
Yeah, you know.
That's been the same for
It's
quite a
been the
while.
same
Yeah,
forever.
it's not changed.
He's gonna do what you bring up every meeting anyway, so whatever that is.
I said the
To some
last-
degree.
The
That
last line is the
yeah,
kicker.
covers it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it does a lot with grants and stuff, does it?
We'll provide administrative assistance to cover that. And
Yeah. We didn't do a lot of grants till Dennis got here.
And the last one kind of is the catch-all be-all.
It is.
It is.
That's in case we missed anything.
Yeah, that's smart.
the next thing. We're on the next thing.
You on A, right? 3A?
Yeah,
Yeah,
after he has a chance to read it.
3A, base salary.
what do you all have in mind?
What'd you say?
What do they all have in mind? I'm just curious. Cause I have a number in mind.
Well, then throw that out.
60.
Your number's higher than my number,
Is that, what was yours?
55.
Yeah, 60 is higher.
It is.
Did you need a calculator?
No, I don't have any trouble with
No, got
55,
it.
60.
I was thinking around that too, the 60. I was looking at the past and, we used to have we made 2 jobs out of 1 in the past. Our manager was also our DPW, so we really took a hard hit when we had to have 2 big salaries. So,
Yeah, DPW guy makes a lot too.
He does, so
He's
does
up
the
there.
police
Just
chief.
rolling in
Yes.
cash over there.
Don't know what to do with it all.
Yep,
and there's more DPW, and then we didn't have weeders back then either, so. And
We
we
didn't
had
have
the
what?
pool. We didn't have weeders way back.
yeah, but that's the DDA.
Oh, okay. But we had the pool, and that was a lot of work.
But the manager did it along with the DPW guy. The pool was a
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah, and a lot of work for a lot of hours put in
Mhm. We also saved $40,000 when we buried it,
there. Right, but
a year.
But I always feel that we have to be responsible to our citizens too, and you figure if you look at the, median, household income, now, this is 1990, and I didn't find figures for after that. It was like 22,000, a little bit over 22,000 per household. We have a lot of retired people here, and then we have a lot of, young families where people are making minimum wage. So we're lower than the surrounding communities. So it's not as, we're not trying to be, how would I say, way too frugal here. We're just trying to be fair to everybody involved in it,
I
okay?
appreciate fiscal responsibility.
So that, and to me, I thought 60 was pretty good too, you know, and I mean, but the thing of it is, we have to, look at performance too after a year. You know, I mean, and we did have a problem, and there's no way that I would agree to a contract for longer than 1 year at this point. At this point, a 1-year contract. I mean, this, you know, it says for an indefinite period of time, but if we're gonna revisit it and we're going to evaluate him in March, you know,
well, I think that's a
But-
pretty fair number. It depends on all the benefits also that you will be needing. That is very costly.
Absolutely. We studied out today that the average is over 20,000.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we make the term agreement 1 year, starting Monday, with an evaluation in March of 2020, and we split the difference on the 60 and the 55 and go 57.5.
you go what, 57.5,
Mm-hmm.
and you would agree to that?
Yes, ma'am,
For 1 year.
I'll take it.
for 1 year.
I'll take it.
We'll take it.
But I do think that should be, that salary should be looked at the same time as the evaluation.
Yeah, I do.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
absolutely, absolutely.
But that's a good starting point to then go up in April or March so that you can get it into a budget type situation.
And we have to change it where it talks about it, how long ago, if we go.
Yeah, we'll go
Where was
get
that?
that.
It's up here,
Well, let's go through
9/30,
the,
2000, or you mean,
No,
Or for the indefinite term?
Yeah,
yeah,
it
that's
says
on another
indefinite.
page.
Until
Why
it
can't we,
terminated.
why
Until
can't we take
terminated or
it,
something.
instead of going
It
to
says
that right away,
employers
let's
shall
go back,
evaluate
let's go
employees.
down to the next, paragraph there and go paragraph by paragraph through the contract.
Get what? Where
read
was-
D. Employers shall evaluate employees' job performance on 3/20 and annually thereafter, so it'll always be in March. at which time employer shall adjust employee's salary accordingly.
Yeah, but I'm
Employer
looking-
agrees to increase.
But I'm looking for a place to put the, you know, the,
Well, you gotta deal with the second paragraph. Where it says indefinite term. You might
Oh,
wanna
the
take-
20 miles?
No.
No,
Second paragraph down from the top. Whereas the
for an
village,
indefinite term, there it
for
is,
indefinite term,
For-
I take that out.
for a period of 1 year, right?
We're looking too far down.
Just scratch for an indefinite term there.
And put, for a period of 1 year?
I just leave it right, leave that just the way it is, just scratch them four words, and then go down to number 1. Where's the term?
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm,
It starts September 30th, and it says until terminated, there you put till revisited April 1st.
Until
revisited April 1st.
revisited.
You guys can come up with the wording, but
Well, I think that sounds good.
We were doing April 1st, is that?
Because what this actually boils down to is, like everyone else here, except maybe the police after the negotiations, it's an at-will employee situation, so
right.
the votes, you just, you have a majority of the council that wants you to go, you need to go. That's what it amounts to, yeah.
And he wants to go at that point.
You would want to go at that
Yeah.
point. You'd see that coming a long time before that.
We have big hopes for you.
Yes.
And I always, every time I have big hopes, I have to remind myself I've been disappointed an awful lot.
Yeah.
But, I was very, very pleased with your interview, and I thought the man has it, and I have big hopes that it's gonna work well. The one thing, I do have a question, he says he can start Monday. I think that we need to have a transition period, with Mr. Collison, perhaps assisting him. Now, is this an out-of-line request?
Let's just get this done, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's gonna throw something in there, I don't know what this is gonna be.
No, I'm not gonna throw it.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay,
Anything else now? You say you live 19.5 miles from here?
I believe so, yes.
good deal. 19.5.
Yeah, it's a nice drive. Compared to going to Lansing every morning as I used to, it's very nice. And
It's a pretty drive between here and Owasso, isn't it?
It's one road.
It's Warren.
That said, I don't have I'm not married to a teacher, unlike the article said. I have no qualms about moving here. My fiance is a elementary school principal, so it's a little hard, and the truth of the matter is my mother just had a heart attack. My father passed away when I was in my 20s, so I'm kind of watching after her. She thought she was having one yesterday at 1:30 in the morning, so took her blood
Oh.
pressure. She was fine, but I think it's more in her head now since she's had the stent put in and things of that nature. But so that's kind of my reservation at this moment, and that's the only thing. So I want to be forthright and honest with you. But my fiance Jessie and I, we've talked about it and how soon can we make this happen? How far away could she be to realistically still perform her duties as necessary? So,
Someplace in between, maybe.
yeah, so that's what we were kind of thinking.
Because we generally do offer more money if you live inside the village, you know?
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yep. So if you move to within the village, then you get a $5,000 bonus sign.
If you need a down payment on a new car, you know.
Yeah, just buy a house.
Okay, sure.
I got a question on 3C.
3Z.
It talks about the employer's compensation policy. You typically don't deal with the manager's contract in that policy, do you? The one I looked at, the
No.
manager wasn't in there,
No,
so it really doesn't need to be in there.
Do you agree with that, Herbert?
Yeah, I thought you just left it out of here just for my sake, trying to hide it.
No, I don't think it's ever been in
no,
there.
usually it can be a little bit different with the manager than with the rest of the
Right.
employees.
So that's why it's not
So
part of
it'll
that.
be in here, and it usually follows what the employees get, but it doesn't always have to be that
Well,
way.
I think the benefits, it says that down here later, but the salary part, you've got a plan in there, and it doesn't list the manager now, and it didn't when I was here, and
It doesn't list him now?
no,
It doesn't list him now?
Which plan, the
it
salary
just
plan?
has the chief and the DPW.
Didn't we agree to something with Matt
Yeah.
that played it out over a
We
very long
did, but
period
it's
of
not in
time?
the handbook.
It's not in the
It was
handbook.
a
It's not in the
Separate meeting.
Okay, was it in his contract?
I think so.
Okay.
Last contract.
But it's not in the
Yeah.
handbook.
So
I looked.
I'm just
Okay.
thinking you might wanna either eliminate that whole paragraph, or
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Get rid of
cause
it.
you're gonna deal with it at the yearly review.
Okay, so you're
According-
saying we need to eliminate that one
Yeah.
then, huh?
I mean, at some point, if you wanna give him a 5-year contract, I guess you could list it someplace, but
And you know what? As long as it's written like this, it doesn't mean anything either.
Well, the thing about contracts is, you know, you have to have one, really, you have to have
You
a
have to have
starting
one,
point,
but-
but you can argue in court for 3 years over,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, one
Yeah.
sentence, you know?
The last one we had.
It's one less we have to argue.
and then in D, you got April 20th for the review, right?
Yep,
I have,
March?
no, I
March,
have
March.
March.
just March of 20,
Just
We
March,
schedule it sometime
of
during March.
2020.
so it can be done by April 1st.
Yeah.
He's gonna wanna take, some kind of tranquilizer during the month of March, because that's all, because the budget and everything else, you know?
It's
It's been a
busy.
little bit
You
hectic.
can ketamine him.
So I should go to Florida in March and not be around here.
Mm-hmm.
Good time to take your vacation, sir.
Send pictures from the beach, that's all I have.
Any questions on the health and disability life? You were happy with what you read?
Now, the vehicle, I'm assuming that we're,
Let's go to paid time off first.
Yeah,
okay, which one?
The one
page
above.
5. Or
Paid time
item
off,
5.
holidays and leave of
Okay.
absences.
Or five, actually.
I have a big concern on that. If I was gonna be the applicant, from now until April 1st, I'd have 1 8-hour PTO day off. And then the next year, I would only have,
It's a little over 2.
and it's a stressful job, and you gotta be able to have time if you're sick to take a day off, or if you need a funeral, or if you need I think you ought to build a few days in there somehow.
It's been really stressful. He should take 3 days off.
No, he
No,
only takes out 2.
I was working there too,
Yeah.
and Saturday and Sunday.
So the way it's written is you only get 1 day from now until the evaluation, first
Yeah.
evaluation?
I think there should be more
I
days.
think you ought to give him maybe 5 days till April 1st, and then give him 2 weeks the first year, full year, from January to March.
Now,
Or
are
something in
PTO and
that,
vacation days the same thing? Okay,
yes,
so we'd give him 5 days between now and April, and then he'd go right to the 2-week mark, and then is he gonna follow
then
the
follow
rest of it?
the policy.
Pattern.
The
I think
rest of
that's
the
right.
pattern?
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah, I'm fine with that.
So now what, tell me what this is gonna say.
It's gonna say, he will get 5 PTO days
What do you think of that?
That's fair.
Okay.
through April 1st. And there's no carryover to these, is there?
You can carry up to
You can carry
40
to
hours.
40,
You can carry over 40.
correct.
And we get the PTO and everybody gets it in January, not
Oh,
April.
you get it in
Oh, I'm
January.
sorry.
January
When he got the
1st.
phone, I'm like, wait.
I told you I thought it was January.
You was right, you was right, I was wrong, I blew it.
You think that's still fair?
So between now and January, he can have,
Well, what's that prorated
November,
then?
December.
well, he should only have 2 or 3 between now and January.
Well, they had managers do flex time too, I mean, we expect
Yeah, well,
you
we're
to-
gonna
You'd
stop
want-
that, cause
yeah.
it's my understanding that the last one kept track of every single hour he worked over 40. And then
Figured
took
it a
time
time
off
and a
for it.
half.
He figured it out at time and a half and then took time off for it.
I
That's
did
not
know
happening
that.
again. This is a salaried employee,
Okay,
okay?
Okay, so
So,
Maybe 3?
I think 3 would probably be
3,
more appropriate.
to January, that takes
And
you
then
through
you
Christmas.
get the 2
And then
weeks.
2 weeks
Yeah.
after January, yeah.
Okay, 3
And then 2
until
weeks in
January.
January, yeah.
So when we're 20, we have 2 weeks.
3 days to Jan, through December.
Well, I really have a scribbled up thing.
Yeah,
through
me too,
December.
I got
And
really,
then 2 weeks,
I'm gonna have to get another copy so I can scribble it up better. So
The
I
first year.
understand it. Then he gets 2
Then,
weeks.
then follow the personnel policy of all
Yeah, because-
employees.
do you, after 2 weeks, you don't get 3 weeks right away, do you? No.
5 years?
3 years.
7 years.
Hmm?
I remember it's 7 years.
7 years to get 3 weeks? When do you get 4?
You get 15 days. You get 160 hours at 8, on your 8th year.
On your 8th year,
Mhm.
okay.
So let's have some language here. Employers shall provide paid time off, holidays and leaves of absence. And then we're gonna take out the rest of that language.
At the rate of?
Okay. Leaves of absence.
Okay, it should say at the rate of 3 days through December of 2019,
Okay.
and then 2 years through December of
2 weeks.
2000.
2 weeks.
2
2
weeks,
weeks.
between the,
No
yeah,
wonder you had problems.
that's where we have
He
problems.
was never here, was he?
Not much, 2,
Too soon?
2 weeks for the first full year. And actually, then you can put, from then on, it will be in accordance with that which is provided to other village. So you don't wanna cross that out, you wanna just add that little bit in.
I hope somebody's writing this down right. I'm being
You can put, to make sure it's right, beginning January of 2021. Paid time off, holidays, and leave of absence will be given in accordance with that which is provided to other village employees as set forth. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, this.
Did you girls get that?
Yep.
You ladies, I'm sorry.
Well,
We're
alongside the rest of us. Sarah.
They've been called worse.
I know.
Yeah, I actually like it when somebody calls me a girl. That makes me feel.
Well, yeah, but we're old enough where that feels good.
And I did leave my computer on so I can make the changes quick, print it off, and we can come back out and take
Look
a
at
quick
it
look
again.
at it to make sure it's right
Okay.
before we
Cool.
sign it.
You are so efficient.
Yes, you are.
Oh my gosh.
All right, the vehicle. How do you want to handle the vehicle? What is your preference? Do you want to drive your own car
Yeah, that's fine.
and get mileage?
Yeah.
Or do you want a car provided for you with gas and everything and insurance
We
and?
have a car here.
Oh, we do.
We do.
It's a doozy.
It's a-
How about that old Crown Vic?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the one with the big emblem on the side
Oh, yes.
and all the lights on the top and all the, it says village manager like this. Isn't that still here? Where is it?
Yeah, that's Don's.
You took it?
Don took it over.
You took it?
Is that
We
the
are
one,
using it, yes.
is that the one with the for sale sign out there?
No, it's back,
Oh,
yours
okay.
is back here, so there's a
I saw that go by today.
I don't know, he's
and I
got some
didn't-
pretty
you
good
took
hooks
that
on the
emblem
side
off,
where,
didn't
where
you?
he's been hanging on to it.
Ghostbusters.
You took the village emblem off
It
the
looks like
side.
Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Because he called that the manager mobile.
I saw that drive go by, I saw it go by today and I thought,
We still have the old Crown Vics back here too.
okay.
That I wouldn't give anybody.
He took a
No,
one- he
I
took a
drove
one
I drove
day.
one of
That wouldn't
those.
even
I
be
drove
for a
one.
Yeah,
getaway.
he drove
I drove one for
time.
15
So are
years.
we gonna get another vehicle?
No,
Well, if he's gonna drive his own
not,
car,
Don's got the brand new one.
then we, then
Not
we
Not brand new, but it's
Well,
way
provide
better
him
than
with
that.
Yes.
mileage. Then we provide him with mileage. Then,
Yes.
right? That's the other choice he has according to that paragraph. Okay.
But
It's that or what they paid me here, when I was here, was they paid me a car allowance per
Well,
month.
that's what I'm wondering is,
I see, yeah, I
It's
think
I
that's
wanna
what
know
he
how
got.
much it's gonna cost. I mean, we'll have to evaluate that in 6 months too.
Well, that depends on the person, what kind of records they keep. Some of us didn't get hardly anything for it. And others of us did better. So it was, you know,
I'm fine
for
with
the
it for now,
mileage
but I wanna
records.
reevaluate. I wanna look at how much it's actually costing
Yeah,
for
'cause
mileage.
you
because-
don't get mileage for back and forth to work.
Right.
Yeah, so it'd just be any place you have to go while
Yeah.
you're here.
Correct.
Um,
Well, you'd be surprised how that
Have to
adds
go
up.
over his
Run
lawn.
to
It will add up.
Saginaw,
Mhm.
run to Lance.
Yeah.
And you want him to go to those places.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. And it's just
Yeah.
like also, it's
Yeah.
like for the, conventions and,
I just don't have a problem with him using his own vehicle. I just wanna know if it's actually more efficient for us to get our own.
Well,
Well,
I think it's more efficient myself to pay a car allowance.
To pay a
except
car
for
allowance.
money.
Because you don't have maintenance insurance?
We don't pay any of the
That's a lot
insurance
better.
and stuff, so we're saving all of that money.
I know, but I know, I mean, from my experience working with companies, it's a lot cheaper to buy the vehicle than to pay all the mileage and.
I started out using my own car at Spicer's and they found out real quick that they could
What are we
Free
paying per
vehicle.
mile, cents wise?
Yeah,
federal rates.
Or why don't we just
50
start
cents a
out,
mile.
start
Oh,
out with a
just
mileage and.
Yeah,
My
that's what I'm
dad's
saying.
equipment
Advance
right now that
later
I
on.
get paid
Yeah,
mileage,
I'm
I
good
have
till
over
agreement.
$1,500 and I'm only 2 cents more a mile, and that's just in the month, this last month.
well, yeah, if he's cranked up a whole bunch of
Well,
money, Jim, by.
Just go, if.
yeah,
as
go
long
until
as
the
you-
evaluation, and then we can look at it, then
Go
we'll
with
know.
what till the evaluation?
Mileage,
Oh, him using mileage,
yep,
okay.
yeah, and then we'll look at it and see if it's actually,
Car allowance or
Yeah.
a small vehicle.
yep, then we can look at it then, yeah.
We could give you an electric car.
Yeah,
So we could sell the manager mobile, huh?
yeah, you could.
No, the manager mobile is his.
Yeah, we
No,
need
the
that
old one
now.
out and back.
Oh, well,
There's a
yeah,
lot
you
around
can
Vic
sell
back there.
that.
I thought that was sold, remember?
We sold the
We
other
had the,
one,
yeah, we had the other one and that one, so.
Yeah,
yeah. Not for much.
so what does DPW have? How many trucks?
We have 3 pickups and we're using the top one right
So 4 vehicles?
And 4 people.
Right.
Now, if we
Everybody
see
got
that
their own
sitting
vehicle.
outside of ours someplace, you know, there's gonna be big trouble.
I know.
now. If you see it's in that bar, let me know.
Yeah. Call me right away. So can we leave it the way it is and let him choose for right now?
Mm-hmm,
He's gonna choose to drive his own car,
we can let him choose.
Is that what you would,
Mileage.
I'm fine with that.
yeah,
okay,
I'd just like to know, I think in 6 months, we should look at that and see what it's,
yeah.
you know, an allowance or the mileage, or, you know, maybe it is saving us money from not buying a vehicle, I don't know.
Okay,
So is there gonna be any changes to this?
no,
We're gonna leave this the way it is then?
yep.
It's just up to you guys to remember to review that.
Oh, they'll remember.
And the retirement pension, that's
Is
just
what it is, yep.
I think are we a C1
C1.
again? Okay.
We're paying a big chunk every year to our, you know, our pension thing,
Well, we're trying to catch up.
I know.
That is a big jump too, boy.
And we pay all of his professional dues and subscriptions, we've always done that.
That includes everything.
Shit, I'll do it.
Pardon me?
Yep,
Okay.
Is there any that
Yeah.
you
I was just
prefer?
wondering, I was just worrying about that one.
the
About which one?
ICMA of
Yeah,
the,
that's huge.
we belong to the ICMA and we have a 457 plan with them
Okay,
that you can sign up for if you want. We don't put any money in, but you can put money in.
okay.
Takes care of item B. And A.
Yeah, he doesn't, you don't have any water, sewer, public utilities, services, licenses, so that part doesn't even apply to him. But if you wanna go out and get them,
Hey, I'm into that.
yep,
That's a long line.
It'd be one of the best things you could do.
it really is.
What, item 9?
Yeah, we're at 9, and basically it says he has to give us 2 weeks' notice if he's going to quit.
pretty well self-explanatory.
I have an objection with that one, but you, and
What
I
is
know,
that?
I know you guys have been through a bad situation, but, if you terminate him, he needs something.
Oh, you mean in the way of termination
Severance.
fees, severance pay?
Uh,
I
Not
agree.
what you paid out.
I agree with you
So-
too.
I'm thinking maybe 90 days.
That's why I marked
Wages.
it on mine, I wanted to talk about it.
Yep.
Wages and insurance only. I wouldn't get into retirement.
Nope.
That other stuff you paid out.
No,
That's if we terminate.
if we terminate you without cause. With cause, you don't
With
get
cause,
anything.
you don't get
You
it.
don't get anything, but without cause, 90 days. I think that's fair. don't
Do you think that's fair? I just,
Yeah.
you guys paid out way too much.
I did.
Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't-
it's in the contract
I
that
know.
way, yeah.
I mean, you did the right thing, but it shouldn't have got in there, and it did, so.
That's because we let him write his own contract.
That's why we're being so weird about this
Picky,
one.
we're back to picky.
Well, I didn't want to
Well,
give
tell me
that
what this
last
is gonna
raise
say
out.
then. How are we gonna change that?
It's gonna be
Whenever
severance
employee-
pay of 90 days plus 90 days insurance benefits.
Okay.
Is it just health insurance or is it health, everything
Just
we
health.
have?
That's all I'd pay.
Just health insurance? Not the eye and the vision and the life and none of that?
You just wanna be able to let him survive till he finds something else.
Okay. You'll find something. We really don't plan on getting rid of him.
No.
I don't
Not
either.
today.
I-
We're,
Yeah.
we're hoping that this is good.
Yeah.
Are you good with that?
Sure,
Good
that
thing,
was
yeah,
said
that's-
before.
it's got all rainbows and
That just be
butterflies. Great.
or with cause.
So what do we get rid of you, Hart?
No outside employment?
Plug that in.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you need to supply your
Right
address
after
for
this, I'll
11
put it in there.
to Jenny.
Yep.
Yep.
You had his address
We have
Yes.
it.
for
Yep.
11? Okay.
Did you have anything else you wanted worked in?
Well, no. I just have questions regarding the phone, laptop, computer, things of that nature. What,
We had a
I
phone.
assume you
He
provide.
gets a phone,
okay.
he gets a laptop,
Yeah.
that's in there.
Don't we have a laptop here?
No laptop.
No laptop?
We had one, but it's broke.
I was gonna say, what do we have?
Okay.
And the one Matt.
Just
wa-
the big computer in the
one Matt
office?
was using actually belonged to the DPW.
Ah, so you'd like a new one too?
We need to do something.
Okay.
Our
I
IT
guess
company
that's
took it
what-
to try to see if they could get a warranty, the screen got,
And somehow
Correct.
they don't wanna.
You'll have to take that up with the new manager.
Yeah.
Shannon, did Matt turn in his phone?
I have his phone,
Oh, I
yes,
have
I
his
took
phone.
his credit card
Yeah.
and
We can get
his phone
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
when he
phone
was
is,
leaving,
that's
so it's locked
standard.
up in the
Yeah,
vault.
we can
The
do
phone,
that.
I think,
Yeah.
already has
Yeah.
it floating around, it was on stand.
Yeah,
we-
we're still
Yeah.
paying the bill for the cell phone and everything.
You have the cell phone, you have the cell phone
Yep,
that
it's
you
locked
didn't
up in the
have
vault.
right away. But yeah, so the
Okay.
laptop is something we're gonna have to
Purchase.
deal with then. And Don's saying he needs one too, huh?
So it's one over at Prince.
Maybe we can find a deal.
Yeah.
You didn't get one with the saw grant?
They
He
got,
did.
yeah, it's
It
broke.
got damaged.
Tell you
Oh, that one
what,
got him.
The man should be able to pick up his own laptop and we give him the price.
It was broken when
What you
we
think?
got it.
Well, I don't know,
I don't know about that.
what
But
kind
I'll
of
tell you-
laptop do you want?
Yeah.
Whatever's most cost effective for the village.
Okay.
Yeah, we can work that out, but we can get a laptop. That's
You're,
not a problem.
you're cheap, right?
So you
Frugal.
want something that's
Frugal.
gonna have
Frugal.
it.
Not cheap, don't use cheap.
Over at the pawn shop there,
We
they got a
like
laptop.
Economical.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Any other questions?
No,
So thus far.
not at this time.
That whole last section is just legal
Yeah.
mumbo jumbo, you know? I'm sorry you didn't have a chance to look this over in advance.
Okay.
Yeah.
I picked these apart, word by word,
Mhm.
so.
I'm going
And
to
the-
tonight and think about, I should
Pardon
have
me?
said that. I will do that tonight, I think I should have said something.
You should, I should have said, blah,
Hey,
blah,
just bowled over me.
blah. Maybe just need to fill in his name down here at the bottom.
You guys
Well,
start
she needs to
type-
type it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she needs to go do that. Let's take a look at it.
There were a lot of changes to the first page. Or additions, or whatever you wanna call them.
Let's get together. Very efficient.
Well, while they're doing that, we can discuss, the transition plan.
Yes, you can bring
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
That'd be-
I'm waiting.
I am willing to help as long as you guys are willing to pay me.
You don't wanna do
Verbally.
anything?
No,
For-
I'd like to, but I just can't.
Oh.
And I don't wanna be under Hart's feet. So
And that's
I let him
understandable.
judge when he wants to kick me out. I was thinking I probably ought to go to the first DDA meeting and I
And
kinda,
introduce him to the DDA members, that's,
August first.
Yeah.
that's coming up next week, I think.
Next Friday.
And I kinda got leading the parade, Christmas parade
Yes, you
thing,
did.
so I thought I'd
Yep.
go with him to the first one of those, which is the next week, the night before council meeting, and then maybe take the council meeting in and,
and he can sit there and you can sit there.
I'll set out here in
Mhm.
place.
Yeah.
When is homecoming?
There's room by me.
Homecoming,
I
don't like too high.
October 18th, Ithaca.
October 18th?
Oh, Ithaca. Mhm.
yeah, I was gonna say it's towards the end of October.
Are we gonna do,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're gonna do a vehicle in the
Well, they
parade?
haven't won a game yet, so
If you guys want it, I don't know what you wanna
it's
do.
a shame.
I
I
know.
think
We
you
got
ought
such
to.
good football players. We gotta go.
Well,
I'm not,
it goes past my house and, so I don't go in the parade.
I
We
think
have other festivities going.
last year all we had was the truck
You know,
with the
Right.
trailers and everything.
But I was thinking if we were gonna do it, it'd be a nice opportunity for, you know, even if it's not the truck, just for you to walk around and introduce yourself and shake hands.
We'll come up with a nice quick vehicle for him.
Yeah,
I think you ought to have an
They
open
don't
house
pay
here
much
I like that idea.
that's a good idea,
Uh,
yeah.
children unless it's
soon,
a winning.
I can
like-
make cookies.
maybe
the next council meeting,
4:30 to 5:30 or something.
You know, what's 4:30 to 5:30?
it's some kind of an open house.
There'll be cookies, so don't worry. There'll be cookies.
Did
Oh,
you
we'll
bring
be
up
here.
the night?
That's what I asked her.
Sarah,
But he said I haven't had dinner
When's
yet.
the, next fire hall,
that doesn't mean.
next meeting?
First Thursday. I don't know.
That might be another one you might wanna go to.
I'm gonna get a shot of water.
Oh, shut
Did Matt ever go
up.
to?
He did,
So,
but
so
then he
you're
just,
looking at what, maybe a couple
Yeah.
weeks then?
he
Well,
went
a
to
couple days,
But with
he's
him
looking at like 3 or 4 days.
Just to
Wanna
introduce
give
himself,
it-
yeah, just to introduce himself, yeah.
Don't overwhelm me.
No. Be a nice place to meet Pat and everybody.
Yeah.
When is
Mr.
that?
Ollie, what would you like in terms of transition and help?
Third?
October 3rd, that's the.
What would you like?
I like the idea of
Next
the
Thursday.
introductions and
I think the girls could email like the parade committee and the DDA and the Parks Commission, and
About
the
the
planning
open house.
commission.
board meeting or the business meeting?
Either one, just so we can meet everybody and just say hi, he doesn't have to stay,
Okay, well.
just to introduce
Probably
himself.
Why don't they come
Meeting of
here?
the whole.
What- His first.
They could, yeah.
Yeah, have them come here to.
Invite the fire board
To
here.
the.
Yeah,
open
I-
house.
that'd be
yeah,
nice.
either way, I
Yeah.
just-
Here.
That would
different-
be easier for
Yeah.
them.
And we'd like to see the first lieutenant and the fourth lieutenant here, please.
There's no fourth lieutenant.
So that's Zach. He's the first and the fourth.
And that's why I said that.
Yeah, so,
Maybe even chief.
Is it the night?
you know, those generally go over pretty good. I mean, he won't remember everybody's names, but
No, but
he'll
at
see the
least he'll
faces of
be-
a lot of people that's involved.
Yeah, at least he'll be.
Cause I'm not gonna be here for the Park and Planning Commission meeting. I haven't attended any of those while I'm here, so there's no sense me coming back.
Okay.
We did just cancel the meetings on those two.
Right.
Who's on the planning commission these days?
Me.
Are you there yet? Oh, I thought you
Yeah,
weren't
yeah,
there
I'm
anymore.
still there.
And then,
I'm gonna take half a day or a day and take him to Spicer's and have him meet all the people that are in the various projects
Oh,
and
that's a good
see the
idea.
building and how to get to it and,
mhm.
we'll probably take him out to lunch maybe or something.
Ooh, look at that.
And Mr. Alley, you have a resource person, Chris was village manager, and she is always willing to help, and we have Hal Mead, here in town still who was the manager after her. And either one of them are very easy to work with, and if you have questions or how have you done this in the past or whatever, they're gonna be very, very willing to help. Don't call him.
Anyhow, besides that, if he runs into a problem or questions,
You're available too.
and most of those I can just run up and do it. While I'm calling on other people, I don't charge you for it, but.
We need to, and it's, I don't know, probably Jenny would do it. Contact the manager's
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
And get him put on that mailing list so that he can get those Friday meetings. You learn a lot of stuff at those Friday meetings. Bunch of nice guys, well, I don't know, they're not, all the ones I was with are gone.
Well, there's quite a few of them. like
Russ
that.
Taylor's still there.
Yeah.
God, that's about it.
Yeah. I got a whole list of various meetings that
Okay, that he can get to
you
and,
could, you won't wanna take them all in, but
no, but you
you
can
can
sure
pick and
learn a lot of
choose, yeah.
stuff. And get a lot of people to call and ask questions of, and they're great, they're all great.
With the three people just mentioned, Dennis, Chris, and Hal, they're very, very good. You'll get any answers you need. In the
Well,
office,
Not so, I mean, we've been
well,
out a while.
I mean, yeah, but you can figure things out
Yeah.
between everybody.
Yeah.
And
Point 'em in
Jenny
the
and
right
Marguerite are
direction,
good
Chris.
too, very
Mhm.
good to work
Yeah.
with.
And they're not gonna tell you, bug you and tell you, well, this is what you gotta do either. I mean, they're gonna wait for you to call them, so.
you didn't tell me that. They've been telling me that all along, what to do. Get in there and get this done.
I've been telling Dennis what to do.
Oh, we had a bad
Well, we're
situation.
used to you.
We did, and he's done a marvelous
Well-
job doing some things that needed to be done.
I can't believe
It's been
that
fun
was
for
on
me to tell
Flint
him what to
Street.
do
I'm gonna
because
go
he
see
always
that.
told me
That's
what to
been a
do,
mess
so.
ever.
I haven't even went by it yet, but I
I
know
can't
I've
believe
talked to
it.
the lady on
That's
the
a
phone
miracle.
twice and she wasn't very happy, but
What?
I held my ground.
Yeah.
Well,
How's
I mean,
on
you've been
Flint
told
Street?
how many times and you
Oh.
can't do it? Too
Flint
bad.
Street, oh, good grief.
You've performed miracles, Dennis.
That's it.
Oh,
You
Rob,
did a great
That's
job.
how
You did a
many
great
have
job.
to do.
Rob come in and said, should I do it all over again? And I said, no, just go write a ticket.
Yeah.
Put a fence up so people can't see
Our
you jumping.
DPW cleaned it?
But no,
Wow, that's good.
We
He goes
dumped
on the
dumpsters
taxes.
at night, and the next morning we were there. Gone.
Oh, well.
That's good.
Did you ever get the LaFrance girls, whatever she wanted, that drain in?
No, but it's lined up to be done.
It's Miss Day's done, we're gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
We was over there yesterday looking at it.
Did she see you?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I hope so, because she's liable to come back.
Yeah, because that was. just-
I talked to her since that
Talk
Okay.
about
and then
something
she knows
closed
it's
session, so we're
coming.
not gonna do that.
Okay.
So,
That's what they said.
I mean, I was surprised she showed up at the meeting because we had been communicating,
I wasn't surprised at all. Just from her last name.
but just realize.
It
It
happens.
is.
Did you say?
I did.
yeah,
Just realize this will be the end of our help on the issue of the two neighbors,
Which two names?
LaFrance and the neighbor, the water neighbor,
Oh, the lady that lives next door?
the church and her.
The church and her.
So when we do our.
We're
project,
done.
We're done.
Okay.
We've provided her an outlet.
I agree.
thank you.
Took so long.
Good job.
Good job.
Thank you. Wanna double check that, make sure the wording is correct for
Thanks,
you guys?
Jenny.
Thank you.
It's a really small turn, isn't it?
Mhm.
Before you turn
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should the term be until revisited September 30th of 2020?
April 20th,
Yeah.
oh, it says September.
Also, that would be determined, whereas the evaluation will be March, so we agree to a 1-year contract term.
Oh, so 1 and 3C should match.
No, one should be September 30, 2019, until revisited September 30, 2020. And then the performance is March 2020, is my understanding.
Oh, I see what you
Is
mean.
that correct?
We usually do a evaluation before,
Oh,
and then,
okay.
is that what we did last time? And then.
No, but I see what he's saying.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
too.
We're not even employing him for a year, we're employing him for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so we
I
end
get
up-
that.
According to
And the
that.
contract's for
Yeah.
a
So we
year.
wanted to say a year, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
until
It'd be a revisited.
From September
Yeah,
30th to
that's-
September 30th, 2020. But then we're gonna
We're
give
gonna
him an
have a-
evaluation in,
April.
And no.
No, in
evaluate in
March.
March.
March
2020.
next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, so what's that gonna say then?
And
You're right.
adjust the
Yeah.
salary. April
We say
1st.
this agreement shall remain in force in effect from September 30th, 2019 until September 30th, 2020.
But weren't we going to see about the salary in April to
Yeah,
move it
That's-
up? Is that why we put
That's-
April?
That's why we put April in there.
okay, how about,
I think the term, that should be.
will remain in effect from September 30th, 2020 to, or shall remain in effect until September 30th, 2020. And will be revisited April 2020
okay.
by the employer and employee as provided in section 9 of
Okay.
this agreement.
Let's do that.
How does that work?
you get it?
So shall remain in force and
Okay.
effect until, right? We're changing from in full
We're getting rid
force
of
and effect.
revisited in April
Yes.
20th.
You're correct.
Okay, but then we're gonna add, yeah,
It's gonna be until
September.
September 30th, 2020.
period, then you're gonna say, and, a comma at the end of that, September 30th, 2020, comma, and will be revisited on April 2020.
For any wage adjustment.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay, so I'm just gonna read this. So this agreement shall remain in force and effect until September 30th, 2020, and will be revisited for a new wage adjustment on April 2020 by the employer or employee as provided in section 9 of this agreement?
Yes, that'll work for me, Mr.
Okay.
Mr. Rowley.
Okay.
Show me what you wrote.
Oh, well, it's scribbled.
But your
Until
script
September.
great penmanship on one side and mine are two.
And then revisited April 2020 for any wage, any wage daycare?
Just adjustment. Daycare? He doesn't get daycare.
And will be revisited.
Adjustment, any wage adjustment.
Oh, that's adjustment? Looks like
told you I
daycare.
scribbled.
Okay, here you go.
And you gotta pay your own daycare.
Okay, so you have that, Jenny, and you'll fix that.
Yes, yep.
I can get daycare out of that, anyway. D-U-I-C-A-R-E, that's adjustment.
I mean, I got 3 I can give you.
Oh, what, we have to babysit? Once.
They're fun.
Once. They are fun, believe me.
They're lots of fun.
I think mother spoiled the boy though.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a mama's boy.
9, we have to look at 9.
Yep, 9A is where we had changed.
Yeah, I'm good with that one.
Yeah, 9A. Okay. That one looks okay for what I wrote down earlier, and I wanted another change later.
If Mr. Aoi terminates his own, if he quits, he leaves with nothing. Is that right?
Right.
We only pay if we terminate him
Through fire.
without cause.
For termination without
Is that what that
cause.
said?
That's what I
Yeah.
was
Yep, for
wondering.
termination without cause.
Without
Couldn't
cause,
be any of the
okay.
other.
Okay. Looks good.
Okay, if you make the changes then in, the term,
Yep, I can
then
go do that
that'll,
right now and
that'll be.
print you a copy.
I think we need to tell Mr. Alley we are not nasty people.
Yes, we are.
I know we are.
He'll find out for himself.
Yeah, we'll disagree on things and the whole thing, but we're not, we're being really picky because of the reason here. Gun shy.
Oh, you were left in here, right?
I'm not gun shy.
Well, I am.
I am.
I'm not.
I'm just hopeful.
It's about time we had good times.
Lois has got all kinds of candy
You
over
got
there.
candy?
Oh, yes, I surely do.
When you're driving in, watching those deer, there's a lot of deer out.
Oh, wait, I got chocolate too.
Sounds like
I got
horrible
chocolate.
No, I just wanted to
I
like
stopped
say.
and picked some siding up off the road yesterday on the way in.
Oh,
You did what?
What do you pick
There
up?
was some siding on the road.
Oh.
Somebody
Side,
dropped.
oh.
I thought he said
You
you
guys
could
want
like a
candy down
deer.
there?
I'm good.
Lightsaber, chocolate,
Oh, chocolate.
that's the chocolate down.
Have to make sure we leave some at Jenny's spot.
Yeah. And Marguerite.
Listen, the statement was, we're not nasty people, but if you would've done that,
You might hit me.
I might've.
Then what? What was he gonna do?
He was gonna take
I
all
was
the
gonna steal
chocolate.
some chocolate out of there, you could be a dirty
We
rock.
have to put some of that for Jenny too.
I think she was trying to tell me I don't need it, that was good.
I
Right,
just- I
Sarah?
forgot to bring
I'll
the
just
fruit
smack it
to
out of your hand like I'm gonna do Zach's every time he eats junk food now.
There's
Right.
coffee up there.
Don,
We just discussed his blood pressure. Remember
Want your water?
how bad it is?
You wanna drink water?
I think he just wanted to give you chocolate so he could watch me
I
smack it out of your
haven't
hand.
drink that yet.
I feel like that's probably what.
might have been something to do with it.
How do you get it open?
Just from the top.
My thing says deck the halls with love and laughter.
Oh, there it is.
I know. It still tastes good.
Aged. They call it aged. Remember, you're bad chocolate.
Nuh-uh, it's good.
I don't care how old it is, it's good.
It lives in
It's
here.
chocolate.
You better explain to you too, almost everybody in
thanks
this town
for
is
chocolate.
related to somebody else in this town,
Yep.
or quite a few other people. So you have to be very careful who it is you talk about.
Would you like
I-
lightsaber or some
yeah, I-
chocolate,
yeah.
Marguerite?
I didn't grow up here and I had to find that out the hard way, okay?
Alrighty.
He sounds like he's a good listener.
I made him eat the chocolate at your desk.
Start right away.
I'm gonna leave him a note who to watch out for.
You're, oh, you are? Oh,
Good
that's a
idea,
good
man.
idea.
I can think of one off the top of my head.
I'm sure he'll figure that, I think he's sharp, he'll figure that one out.
Go
right
take a
away.
look.
You don't think so?
No, I feel like the one I'm thinking about will be in here very soon after he starts.
You think I've already talked to him?
I feel like you probably have.
Probably.
Yep.
Well, we have some ongoing,
Old issues, I think a new person will reopen and revisit and try to fix.
right, and you will have, I know one for sure that you will have, and it's gonna require kind of what? Lot of,
Oh, they are gonna do a thing. Can we do something?
oh no, oh
Mm-mm.
no.
Thank you, Dennis, for all you've done. You've
Yes.
done a lot in the short time you've been here. You've
That's
accomplished
That's what we need a
a
party
lot.
for. We need a party for Dennis.
Yes, I can make
We
cake.
should have one. Well, Kenny will come if you're coming.
It took a long time
More
in
she
talking
talks
and
about
taking
baking.
it.
More makes sense. What was it, 170?
When we started dating, he was super tiny. Super tiny. That didn't last long.
That's just relationships, though. What's happening?
Well, now with the amount of cookies she makes when she makes
It's how I do
cookies.
food in general. I can't tell you how many times I get on the phone, hey, if you ate yet? 'Cause
He said
I
to
made
me-
enough for an army.
Don't worry, that's
said
just
to
a
me
sign
the
of
other day,
contentment, that's all.
He said, I told my wife I
Are
was
we good?
starving lasagna.
Are we satisfied with the
She
new
ran
changes?
to the store, it cost me $63 for lasagna.
Young ladies,
What?
are we satisfied with the changes?
I am, are you?
I am. Are you all satisfied?
This
with
is the last time you have a vote.
This is
Once
the
it's
last
signed,
time.
you're done.
Sold.
You
You're
need a
gonna see-
motion, did
do
you
need a
make one?
motion?
No,
There
roll
is,
call.
okay, I make a motion that we, approve the contract as amended.
Support?
Well, we should put his name in there.
I'll support.
With
Yeah, with,
Hartman Aoi
yep.
as village manager.
Roll call?
Did you
Did
get
you get the second?
Yeah, Jim did.
Okay.
Okay. Lois Tiley,
Yes.
Diana Coots,
Yes?
Christine Newman,
Yes.
Richard Horner,
Yes.
Jim McPhail,
Yes.
Diane Dennis,
Yes.
and Sarah Tiley.
Yes.
Motion carried. Do you have any other business?
No, have to get it signed.
Chris,
Yep.
It has to be signed. Do we do any swearing in of a village manager or not? Do we swear him in tonight?
We can, or we can do it on Monday when he starts.
Yeah,
When
probably
would you rather
Monday.
do? Would you rather be sworn in? I think we should
Why
swear
not
him
at the
in
first
tonight.
meeting?
I think we should swear him. If he's gonna
Yeah,
show
Well,
up Monday,
ask them
then,
if they have the paperwork ready.
yeah, do you have paperwork ready?
I can type it up. It takes a few moments, but I can type it up on the typewriter.
Typewriter. You still got
Sign
one of
it
them?
Monday morning.
Yeah, we have a small.
Okay, we.
Do you wanna
we
all
can-
stand here and applaud?
No.
Are
but
you
we-
ready to sign tonight?
I am,
Would you prefer
You
to
know.
sign tonight?
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Let's get it done.
You don't wanna
He's
rush.
excited.
I'm trying to wake up at 1:30 in the morning. What do you think they're gonna say? Listen, to shooting man.
I thought maybe you wanna run it by your fiance or something.
Right now, or in general?
I have a feeling he works on his own.
but Chris, to elaborate on what you said, I would like to thank Dennis
Yes.
for all he has done. Has been a real big help to the DPW, he's got a lot of things done, I don't know if you guys see everything.
I saw
day
it.
to day, but-
You know, we notice more than you know,
Yeah.
and you, the very lack of complaints ought to be indicative.
Well, you don't know that there weren't any
Well,
complaints.
no, I don't know, but I.
But they were
put them
taken
up,
care
yeah,
of in
yeah.
a nice way.
but Dennis-
Well, everything.
Well, they were taken care of.
By you.
I'd just like to say thank you, Dennis, for helping us through this transition.
Absolutely.
It's been really good.
No problem, I enjoyed it.
Absolutely, because it was
It's
a
been a
mess.
pleasure working with you too.
It was a
I
mess.
missed it last time.
We've had so
It
many
was a relief.
complaints in the last few years,
Yeah.
you hated to go to town. But now people are seeing things are different.
And that's
I'm
basically what I'm talking about.
If I come to the next meeting, I'm gonna come with just a few things that I'm gonna recommend that you guys carry through in the next year. That I.
That we
this-
haven't already voted on?
That I've discovered that are really hard to work with, that if you would amend them and redo them, it would fit the community better.
Okay,
One of them being the weed ordinance is terrible,
okay.
The what?
and weed
The
ordinance.
ordinance.
And this is a unique community. Cause you can't, everybody's not the same, cause you got high ground, low ground, swamps, rivers, woods, 10-acre pieces, 50-acre pieces. And you, it's almost impossible, it is impossible to do it right with the ordinance you got.
Well, that one I would agree on, because we had flooding in our backyard. We have a full acre of ground, and that flooded this summer. When was it that you actually could get back there with the lawnmower? It was really late,
June.
that you could even get,
got it.
because it
Do you have a village
it was
camera?
terrible. You'd bog right down, you couldn't, it was just wet.
Somewhere
In
in
the
your
office.
Somewhere in your
Didn't
office.
think it was.
No, I know, but I'm saying, it was terrible.
Yeah, behind my
Okay.
farm
We oughta
was
get a
bad
picture
too,
of
couldn't
it
get out there
before
for months.
Yeah.
Do we have to sign this first, or do this?
We get a picture of them signing it too.
Both of them, okay,
Get all three of them over at the table.
Yeah,
okay.
Dick, you have to sign
Dick and
it.
Jenny and Hartman. Move the microphone and we can have him sit down.
Me too.
He's probably shaking at the knees.
James thinking, what am I doing?
I'll let you use my
Your
pen if I
fancy
get it
pen?
back.
Okay, I've got a,
If I get it back.
Is it a nice one?
Yes.
Be careful, she saves pens.
Chris use it.
Yeah, you can't steal pens from us.
You might- Get over there, Dick.
Yeah, you're supposed
Dick,
to.
you
You're
gotta
supposed to
sign
be there too.
trees. Stand
How
on
many-
either side of him, am I in your way? Okay.
You should have more than one original. He should get original and you should get original.
Here.
But you make a copy of the original. You make a
Well, for
copy
right now,
after
here.
it's signed.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
You don't put two originals
No.
out there, give him a copy. of the
Give him a
original.
copy, he gets a copy.
Let me do that, I'm trying to get out and get everybody.
Yeah.
always have two.
That's from our lawyer
You gotta
person.
do it like Trump does,
I'm
you gotta
not a
use
lawyer.
6 or 10.
Lawyer person.
I'd like one if that was me.
It's different.
Like a bunch. Amazing how things.
You have two.
Are
You
they?
got a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That is good. I think we got more money.
Chris, somebody from the fire department will be here at your board meeting, so we don't have to go out of his way to come down.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
good.
Very good. Thank you.
You the witness?
Somebody,
Looks like you need two witness signatures too,
be the next
It'll
white.
be you, huh?
so whoever wants to sign.
I guess I can.
I'll sign it, I don't care. Well, no, I don't wanna walk over there.
I'll do it.
Only if I'm on my way out the door.
Ouch.
See, she's not much
Should we
better
get the
than
young
me.
one to go over there?
Yeah,
You're supposed to not
She
be sitting
cracks.
too long.
Yeah.
really correct.
Something you can do for us.
Chris,
is
that's a good ink pen.
isn't it a nice one?
Don and I and Hartman wanna meet with the chief and the assistant chief.
They'll probably be, those will probably be the two that come here. They're both bald, they don't wear shirts.
But we wanna meet with them.
It's like a
We need one
requirement.
more.
Right, if you guys
Around
want
the
to set a meeting
table.
up, I mean, we can have a meeting next door. I mean,
Can't sign as fast
at
as
the
you
admin
guys.
building, whatever you guys want, so you got past.
I changed my legal
She knows how to
signature,
use
so I
it.
didn't have to do the whole thing.
You guys can work it out.
As many times a day on the ambulance as I had to sign it. It's like, nope.
Are they around during the day?
Yes.
Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm
Really?
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
Just on, well,
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of village manager
of the office of village manager
in and for the village of St. Charles,
in for the village of St. Charles,
county of Saginaw, state of Michigan,
county of Saginaw, and the state of Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Yay!
Sorry.
I wanna be cornered before I actually start.
this was
What? We've not adjourned.
Try to do
Did you?
Thank you. On board.
And they both really appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Motion to adjourn?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
President?
Good.
Motion to adjourn?
I make a motion that we adjourn.
I support.
Oh, gotta finish this thing.
You don't have to go back there, just.
I'll just say all in favor.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Meeting's
Motion
adjourned.
carried.